Hey everybody, it's Pat Mesiti. It's 5:30 here in Queensland, and you probably notice the background's a bit different. That's because I'm in Toowoomba. Yep, look, I know it's my birthday, and by the way, thank you to everybody for all the birthday wishes, but that's not what this is about. I wasn't going to come on today, firstly because it was my birthday. I was trying to have some time out, but what we're doing here in Toowoomba is we're here serving the community, helping people, being active to get our nation back on track, seeing an awakening happen. Wasn't going to come on today and wasn't going to come on till Friday. Got a special session on Friday with a great friend of mine, someone that is a real freedom fighter. But I was watching the news and I felt I had to come up and say a few words to you because, number one, after this debacle, this attack on people of faith, no one's job is safe. Whether you're a Christian, Muslim, Jew, no one's job is safe. The despots, the dictator, the Grand Monarch, Dan Andrews, has rolled that out in Victoria. But make no mistake about it, these people, just like what we went through during COVID, they rolled this out on a national scale. That's the agenda. That has always been the agenda. And if you differ, you're going to get punished. I mean, PayPal out there today says, the other day, I apologize, says, hey, if you have certain kind of beliefs and we disagree with them, we're going to fine you $2,500. Well, guess what? Their stock prices dropped 6%. And of course, they recant. You see, these despot dictatorial leaders are interested in one thing, money. That's what they're interested in. Your money. That's why they want to control you. And if they can't control you, well, they'll control the food. If they can't control the food, they'll try and control the weather. Incidentally, they try and control the weather, that controls the food. Oh, Pat, you've been an alarmist. Yeah, you know what? We've been saying this for about 2-3 years, and it seems that every alarm we've been ringing is because there's a real fire. And right now, we are about to experience one of the most difficult periods in our history. Albanese and the Labor Party has lied to us. Let me tell you how. Number one, where's our tax cuts? Now they're debating, they're going back and forth, whether they'll roll them up. They had no intention of ever doing it. Mark my words, I don't believe anything that comes out of their mouth. You know the old saying, how do I know when they're lying? Their lips are moving. Number two, I believe this whole climate change cult is the agenda. We saw it roll in with the World Economic Forum when they had the old jabberthon going on and trying to control us. And they already announced the next crisis. I was watching a video of Klaus Schwab, you will on nothing and you will be happy the other day. And I only just realized that he was pumping this climate change stuff. Let me assure you that a nation whose energy supply is dependent on the weather is going to end up in disaster. They are rolling this out too fast. What's the hurry? Why? Why the hurry? And all of a sudden, the hypocrisy of this left-wing fascist movement, which is built there to control you. What is their answer? Send us money. The New Zealand Prime Minister just released and announced a tax for the cows and sheep to stop carbon emissions. You're going to get taxed in New Zealand for sheep and cows that burp and fart. Are you kidding me? This is so crazy. This is so crazy that they're pumping this out. Adam Bant will be pushing for that in this country, mark my words, if he hasn't already. Being up here in Toowoomba with the farming community, and by the way, tonight's our last night at 7 p.m. If you're free to come along and hear us, our final at Toowoomba. The farmers up here are hurting. They spoke to me every single day. They see what's going on around their farm, what's going on in their air, what's going on all around them. And make no mistake about it, these aren't some people that are conspiracy theorists. These are average Australians that love our nation, are working hard to put food on their table and, by the way, feed our country. And yet, the government, with these left-wing fascists and woke-topians, are absolutely driving them to the point of bankruptcy, loss of life, depression, anxiety. And that moron down there in Melbourne, Dan Andrews, he talks about, the people of transgender and blah, 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 and the amount of suicide that they've got to go through. But what about the farming communities in regional Victoria, regional Queensland, regional New South Wales, all over this country? They have been the backbone of our nation since its inception, or most of it anyway. And yet they are being punished on the altar of a Baalistic worship. Not Baalis and Bali, Baal. The demonic god Baal. At some point, this madness has to stop. So they're lying to you about the tax cuts because they wanted your vote. They're lying to you about the agenda with the climate change. They're lying to you about this voice thing that they're pumping, trying to pump through. These people are immersed in deceit. And you've got to get this, folks, through your heads. Because there's only a certain window of time that I know I can speak. Your job is not safe. You better equip yourself. You better upskill yourself in as many areas as you can. And I know for us, we are just doing everything we can. We're going 100 miles an hour. Number one, to educate people spiritually. Number two, to educate people what's going on in their world. And number three, to help you get a financial education so you're free from the cartels. At the end of the month, I have a major event with Gerald Salente, an incredible guy, worked with Ronald Reagan and so many other major political leaders. That's at the end of the month. But tomorrow, 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Look, it won't cost you anything to get on board and have a listen. Have a listen to what we've got to say of how you can build an online business for yourself. I'm telling you right now, if you don't do it, you're going to be in deep yoga. I was blessed today to hear that one of our students, Karen, up there in the Sunshine Coast, has a brilliant product of freeze-dried feta goat's cheese. And she was on Better Homes and Gardens the other day. I'm going to post the interview that they had where she used one of her products, and she's decided to take it online to get out there and get this thing happening. And of course, she's a freedom person like we all are, and she's been proactive. So tomorrow, come on, 90 minutes, 2 hours, get a hold of it. Learn, just learn. Even if you don't take action on anything, just learn. But more importantly than anything else, you got to be vigilant, folks. I'm telling you, these are really dark days. Now, Isaiah the prophet said that deep darkness covers the people. Darkness comes on the earth, but in deep darkness the people. But arise, shine, for the light has come. There is a light coming, I'm telling you right now. And we need to be aware. We need to be people of hope. So you say, Pat, what can we do? What can we do? Number one, get educated. Number two, take action on what you know. Number three, start building. Yeah, we can argue and fight for our freedom, but we've got to build at the same time. Just arguing and fighting and trying to debate isn't enough. You've got to be equipped. You've got to be equipped. The other thing is educate your loved ones on what's really going on. Educate your loved ones. Get their eyes open, because the education system is hypnotizing our young people. That's what they want. You don't need to ask yourself, what's wrong with kids listening to a transgender reading a storybook, although I've got problems with that, just saying. So don't hear what I'm not saying. Don't ask yourself that question, why, what's wrong with it? What you need to ask is, why does someone with that inclination and that agenda want an audience with a child? And I want you to be very careful of the comments you put up here. Please be very careful and be vigilant and be smart. Don't put stupid comments out there, because I know there's a lot of crazies. I've met a few of them up here in Toowoomba and asked them to leave my meetings, because there are nutcases out there. And some of you listen to me and you take what I say and you take it out of context. Like the other day, I made a slip of the tongue at one of my talks with Senator Malcolm, and I said, my radical Islamic friends. Well, I don't have radical Islamic friends. I don't. It was a slip of the tongue because I talk fast, and someone starts posting nonsense on Facebook. Just stupid people. So please use your brain, for goodness sake. Use your brain, and don't comment. Don't put comments that are just stupid. Think, folks, please. And I don't mean to be insulting, but the good Lord gave you a brain to think. And so we need to educate our young as to what's going on without being sensationalistic, but being accurate, being deliberate, being vigilant, and being absolutely committed to their future. Because these people aren't. They're not committed to the future of our young. They're committed to an agenda. And when you put agenda before people, you'll always end up in pain. Hey, look, it's great to share with you today. And 63 years young today. If I'd known I'd lived this long, I'd have better taken care of myself. But tonight we're here in Toowoomba. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. It's going to be sensational. Come on, guys. Upskill yourself. Upskill yourself. Be informed. Thanks so much for listening. Share it, like it, subscribe. And Friday, I'm planning Friday to have a very special session with our great friend Joel Jamal. So stay tuned for that. I've got to confirm a few things first, but I thought I'd let you know ahead of time. Hey, God bless you. If you're in the Toowoomba region, come on. You still got time to make it to the meeting, 7 o'clock. I'm going to head over there now. God bless you, everyone. You have a prosperous life. Hey, see you tomorrow. Click on the link in the description and avail yourself of those few spots we've got left for the Zoom call webinar tomorrow. God bless you.